Yeah, so my project is about integrating an extension which already exists. It's known as Warden service. So basically, Warden service is a portfolio tracker, which can actually show us the performance of our portfolio and how things are working. So, so on the first thing that we need to do with the Warden extension is the this connection, and we can just directly go and we can just do username and password, and if it's none, then you can just you can blank leave it blank. So it would take a few seconds, 1 or 2 seconds, to show us the value. So here is our everything. This is my portfolio values. These are the percent change, and these are the last updated. So it updated in almost every 3 seconds, and we can also have a snapshots. Like, let's say we can have articles like where we have the Bitcoin values and the Ethereum and the quantity that we have with the portfolio. And these are the graph, these are the very new ones, so maybe these are not very exhaustive. It's September 4 to September 6. And this portfolio performance is also working, but in Warden's um, uh, file, it was given that there is certain amount of there is certain amount of time that would require to show these values. And then we have this cost analysis, then market data, and then custody list, where we have all our wallets. So basically these hello wallet, and these are we can I have render manually inputted with the CSV imports. And here we have mempool data. And on the next thing we have is nav and cost charge. So these are these are few charts, and the monthly heat map. Maybe it won't show, it is not so exhaustive because the data is only for the 2 days, but we can change here with the Ethereum, and I'll show you. Yeah. So these are things, and then we have compared performance.
What would be the from this chart versus serum? I don't get it exactly what it does mean. The heat map. So it's some kind of comparison.
Uh,
Uh,
yeah, it's kind of comparison with like monthly return versus benchmarks, and these few things are there. I don't know exactly uh, uh because it was like I just needed to integrate and see that if these are working or not. So but the mostly these are some charts which showing monthly returns in US dollars with comparative to some ticker that we can set. Like I can set to the Ethereum. Wait, I'll just Oh, here it is. Can I go next?
yeah,
Yeah. And then we can compare performance. We can also set ticker here. Although we have a certain database, so it already showing the same values because it was saved in the database. And here we are. And also there are few things that I wanted to. There are important things then that we can have these transactions. And apart from this, these we can have these drawdowns and allocation histories. And apart from that, we can also include the new trade, which is like I personally like it a lot, because let's say I need to insert a new trade, then I can directly enter the new trade, and that can be shown in the dashboard. So let's say I can select my ticker as Bitcoin, and oh sorry, I just pressed the enter. And let's say I have 100 quantity, and with the price, let's say, and let's say this gonna enter the trade. Then yeah, so it would show us in here with the change value. So we now have 488. So yeah, and apart from that, we have all these we can manage user account. And Tor is not currently in service, but I hope we can implement it in soon. And then these are the just basic things. Then we can do the logout. And yeah, that's all for the Warden. um, Anyone?
good.
Yeah.
anyone for questions, I guess. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. So I have one question. Like,
Yeah.
um, when you just created a new trade, right?
Mhm.
But
Hmm.
if you somehow get a Bitcoin in, which just got for some reason arrived in your one of your wallets, or if you're sending some Bitcoins out, so it
Hmm.
then automatically detects the change, does it? Or do you have to
No,
at some
no.
point in
Then we,
time
if yeah, so if
you have
we
to
are
re-import it?
manually
Or
including some threads, then we need to um again manually go and change the things. We can't just directly. Uh, then we need to just list in this editor. Then we need to change from here. uh, like we just implemented this 100, so now we can change this. But for the Spectre part, it would automatically can fetch all the values like here. So yeah.
so in order to do it new somehow, or make an update, what do you do then? How do you do that?
So for the new trades,
No,
uh,
let's assume we have sent out half of our money, right?
yeah.
But or we just do it now, right? Return to Spectre and put all the half of the money to some strange address. So now we want to look at the portfolio and include that, because maybe it was to buy some dollars, for example, or it was to some strange address and the money is lost completely. So how do you update now the data so that Warden knows what we have done?
Okay, so basically, that would be if we are doing any transaction, or like if we are doing anything with our Spectre instance, then it would somehow get into this Spectre server history, and then it would automatically change the dashboard values, like
Okay.
yeah.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, and probably then it might be an interesting question, whether we have to, or how do we teach Warden that we maybe sold it for dollars or whatever we did there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's enough. One more feedback from my side. It would be cool if you have some kind of button here, an additional button, in order to return from Warden
Yeah. um
to to Spectre, right? So
Yeah, or
and
we can do we like by just clicking on the Warden, like it would make a separate tab over here, and then it would also be very easy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I mean, a back button would also be fine, right? Because
yeah,
open new tabs is also not that cool. But
yeah.
maybe you can go to Spectre by, for
By
example,
changing the
yeah,
link, yeah.
delete that.
So yeah,
Yeah, then look at the plugins, choose plugins,
yeah,
go to the liquid issuer on the
okay,
upper hand side.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, we cannot do
yeah.
that. But there is a nice example of how such a button could look like. This is integrated
Hmm.
into Spectre completely.
Right, right.
Liquid Issue is one which is not integrated, so it has a complete own UI. Maybe I
Yeah,
make a screenshot or show you some of the code, how it has been created, and then maybe could can do a back button into the
yeah.
into the
Right,
Warden UI.
right.
Yeah,
So,
cool. And
one
yeah,
last thing I need to tell, like for future developer reference, and for what I'm going to do with Warden next. So the first thing that I want to solve the problem with Warden is this particular thing, portfolio performance. So let's say these performance, if we can directly console.log, then it would show us that you have these 3 days, and you will get the result. But in Warden, as of now, we can't actually get all the things here right now, and we can change that. Also, there are few things that were broke, and I tried to correct them, but still I'll update in a document that all the broke thing that are in the Warden that we need to change. So yeah, that's all for me.
cool.
Yeah.
Great. Then I stop recording.